Hey, what's good, people? It's Jay Pylon, another live stream. I've got some envelopes to open up here to see what kind of autographed ball cards I've got. I got some stamps back in the mail. I'm working on this Ken Schramm card right here to go ahead and send it off to get signed. But I'm trying to figure out what all else I want to send off. So I was looking through the eBay listings to try to figure that out. And so welcome into the chat, everyone. Glad to have you here. This is gonna be a little live stream that I'm gonna post up and try to get through. I like those new bags for the PSA holders. I like the new bag on them, graded card sleeves. So I wanted to show my graded card sleeves bag, but I got my phone resting on it. Anyway, here's the. You can't see it from there, huh? What is it? What's that ST stand for? Not straight enough, something like that. An 8ST. That looks pretty cool. Oh, did you see? So let me leave this up here for a second. I need to do a video on this that I'll probably just upload on the computer. What's up, Chuck Dupree? Welcome in. I glad you got your email. I'll have to send your card out. Appreciate you for sending me your email because it didn't come up at first, and then your second one came through. So I do have yours. Um, let's talk for a second about that PSA slab thing that Junk Wax Hero was talking about earlier. So I saw how they're doing this swap out stuff. So for example, if this was like a 6 or a 5 or something like that, but you had if you have a card that was worse than this and you wanted to switch it into this one, what you would do is you would crack this out of there. This is what the people that are scamming people are doing right now. They're cracking these out of their cases, their PSA cases, and they're taking that label and then they're just putting it in a replacement PSA case because you can buy those on it. Was it Mercari, Etsy, so eBay? Sometimes you can buy these PSA cases, the exact same PSA case that the PSA company has. You can buy these online, and then uh, Sonic welders are like $250, and then you would just Sonic weld it closed. So what they're doing, what people are doing, is they're taking fake cards or reprints. They're taking cards that have dinged up corners, and they're pulling them out the nice slabs and they're putting them in the other one, but they're keeping the little tab, and then they're going on eBay and other auction sites and they're reselling it. So that's how that scam goes, and it's going to be lucrative for those scammers because if they flood the market with that, then PSA and these other grading companies they're going to have to switch the way that this little paper label in there, that little paper label can come out, and then they can take that paper label and put it in another case and then just seal that case. Sometimes it's snap together cases, but the ones that are going all out have the one that what is it called? I just said it earlier, like the fusion. They fuse it together the right way. The hydraulic press ones, right? You have a hydraulic press thing that you just push this to it, right? You hold it on there, and then it snaps it to, or welds it together basically sonically. Sonic welders is what they're called, I think. So that's what they're doing. That's how they're getting over on people. Um, I should make a little video that shows how exactly they were doing it. I probably upload it another time because I was watching Junk Wax Hero and he was explaining a little bit, but he wasn't showing how they're actually getting away with it and what they would do. So, for example, if you had maybe a more high dollar card, so you had like a Mickey Mantle or Hank Aaron or something like that, you went on to Mercari, or one of those other spots, and then you picked up a lower grade, either a lower grade card, or you picked up a completely phony card like a reprint that you had somebody print. So they could print one of these like with paper backing that looks almost identical. They could print one of those type of cards for you from like China or one of these other spots, and then they could reseal it in the case. Then they take the actual graded card and they send it back to PSA, and then PSA gives it that 8 or 9 again, and then they resell it again. So they just keep that cycle going and going and going. So that's that PSA slab swap scam that Junk Wax Hero was mentioning. That's how they do it. Mercari. Okay, cool. Thanks. No problem. Chuck Dupree in here. Time to go back to work. I'll watch the replay. Thanks, Chuck. Yeah, I wanted to explain it a little bit more in depth than what Junk Wax Hero was explaining. That way people understand exactly how it works. And so with that in mind, eventually we're gonna see, I don't know what's gonna happen with this. Everything's gonna have to eventually be in a crossover of some type for some other company to come along, because these aren't fire. Just think about, these aren't fireproof, these aren't tamper proof, these aren't scam proof, they're not waterproof. So ideally, this whole slab thing is gonna have to go into some other direction. Um, some other some other direction, either from PSA itself or from some other company, because the the more people, the more scammers out there, because it's such a big opportunity for them to make money off of people, especially the people that are new to the hobby or they're gullible. Not to say that that was anything wrong with them being gullible or not being understanding of what the scheme or scams that could be run on them. That's going to be tough. And then they would have to go back through and check all these barcodes and then pull those ones off the market. And at some point, it just would be too convoluted. So the more and more people um, get wise to just popping these open, pulling out the pulling out this part right here, and then taking a fake card or reprint or a card that's all banged up, getting one of these replacement cases, sealing it again with the $250. What are those called again? You know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'll make a more coherent video on that to explain it, and that's gonna eventually. That means that the market's gonna eventually have to switch over, because there's too much counter. There will be too much counterfeiting going on at some place. Since you can buy these cases by themselves, you can buy the snap together cases, or you can buy the um, actual ones, that the same ones out of what is it, China or whatever. You get these through China. All right. So that's how it works for any of those listening, watching the replay. TTM, you love some stamps, undrafted player in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. So I was explaining about the PSA swap label scam going on in the card hobby right now. Junk Wax Hero was bringing some attention to that, and I was just trying to detail a little bit on how it actually works, so that people have this heads up. This card was labeled as a $15 card, but I picked it up for just $1. A Monty Montgomery Topps 50th anniversary card. And I plan to send this out to get this signed. I have some customs that I'm working on of Monty Montgomery for the Royals. Let's see if I can put this in there. Oh, I did this. I got messed up. There you go. Now you can see it. So Monty Montgomery card, Topps 50th anniversary. And I love getting these anniversary cards and sending them out to get signed. So I'm excited to get that one back. And just for $1, what a wonderful sale that was. Picked it up on eBay. Nobody was paying attention to it. But every now and then you can get these Topps buybacks or these little anniversary cards. They're just buyback cards with the Topps stamp on them. But there's not like, unlike this Monty Montgomery card, which is, common, you don't get the little stamp as common. This is like harder to find. So it makes it a little interesting to have it on there like that. Now let's get into the TTM stuff I have before I'll show off some stamps and the other stuff I was going to show off. This is from Parts Unknown. I don't know who sent this. Let's see. Bill Spires. Cool. I never had his autograph before. Beautiful blue ink on there on this Flair 1990. That looks fantastic. 93 Leaf. Really great looking card. Love the 93 Leaf. As a baby, used to rip open those packages. So, and oh, he didn't sign this one. Is this one actually him or not him? Because he didn't sign it. I wonder. Does he just not sign this? Is that not him? No explanation? Or is he only three per person? No idea. I don't know. It's a really good condition 90 Topps card. It's kind of, I thought the picture on it looks pretty cool. See that little picture there? The ball floating through the air and about to grab it or whatever. It's pretty neat. I'll put this Bill Spires card back in its sleeves. I'll try to find another one, and I'll get ready to put these three into my binder. When I'm collecting the TTM, I don't know if you guys do it or not, but I try to complete my album pages. I don't think most of you guys do this though, but I try to complete an entire run of the players, and sometimes when the players pass away unexpectedly, or when they have different stuff go on with their cards that are harder to find ones, then sometimes I have to turn to eBay to purchase one of those cards to complete out my collection, and that makes it harder to do, especially with the bigger signers. So I got back a Lee Trevino, the golfer. This was from the diamond set. These are the promo cards or whatever from the golf set. And I don't necessarily collect golf cards, but the top golfers, I'd kind of like to, was it like three or four of them? Of course, I'd like to have their SIGs. Um, we're not going to have whatever his Bobby, we're not going to have Bobby's autograph, of course, from long ago, but maybe one day I get a Phil or a Jack um, or a Tiger and a Lee Trevino, and they're about to and stop right there because I don't need any of the other ones. Just the main players. Lee Trevino's name was mentioned a couple times, I think, in different movies, including Duel from 1973, Steven Spielberg's first theatrical film release. They did put it out in theaters. Was Duel. That started off the whole genre of the truck films where you had trucks trying to come and or truck drivers trying to come and massacre people. Well, you had Maximum Overdrive, you had Duel, you have Unhinged, and you have Joyride, as well as two or three others during the 80s that try to copy the success of Duel. So it's a pretty fun genre for me that I like those. I like that genre. It's a cool one. And Lee Trevino during the entrance scene of it, in which is it Dennis Quaid? I'm trying to think of the actor. Just everything just off the top of my head. And he was driving and he's listening on the radio. They say Lee Trevino is doing well in golfing, so that goes in my celebrity collection. He was shouted out in that movie Duel, one of my favorite films of all time. Let me see what else I got in here. Oh, oh my. This is a big one for me. I don't know if you guys ever got this back, but wow. It's an entire Donruss 90 collection of Steve Sachs. Steve Sachs, a Yankees player, all star, pretty good. I think he got the MVP award at one time too. Pretty good, solid player. Uh, this is the first time I ever got Steve Sax's autograph, so I'm super stoked to get these. Very nice stuff. Look at that, 90 Donruss. What better way to save some junk wax than to have some? And he sent this Sax in the morning. He's got a program going. Very cool. Podcast. It's on what is that? The Gram and the Facebook, the Meta, and his email. So thank you so much to Steve Sachs. I wasn't expecting to get that. That's pretty awesome. Very nice. Super excited. Fantastic. Take a look at what else I got back in the mail. These two. See if these show up in the camera okay. Let's see those okay. It's some Lincoln's 4 cents. And these other two, these are the main ones I got these ones for was the 1800s ones that I'm missing. I think these are probably around the two. I'll have to go look these ones up in my album. U.S. Scott something or others. Probably 188s or something like that. Those are what I picked up. Let me check on this chat real quick. See what all I missed out on. Monty is his nickname. I don't really know. Nice Bill Spire sign. You got Warren D in CLE. Welcome in. Let me give you a blue jacket slash wrench thing. That's what they call them in these YouTube streets. You collect stamps as well? Oh, you better show off your stamps on the hobby then. Budget Rips is in here. Undrafted in here. Zach's in here. Steve Sachs auto never succeeded to have his TTM auto. It's a toughie, huh? I'm so excited to have that Steve Sachs. Where's the Steve Sachs at? And what a great card to have it on too. That would look great in a slab. If you guys weren't here earlier, was talking about the slab scam, and I'm gonna maybe make a little video if I have enough time. I'll make a little video that explains what the scammers are doing with the slabs lately and how they're going about it. I think that making a video where that shows how they're going about it will just further educate us over here in the TTM community or other community, so that we know what to look for. I guess everyone will have to be checking the serial numbers from now on, and where all where that fails though, because you'll have to look to see if that card looks identical. Hmm. I was just thinking how we're gonna get around that whole process. That's gonna be crazy. I will for sure show off the stamps. Cool. Let me show. He had some trouble outfield, so let me show off this. Where's this thing at? Hold up. Here's my screen right here. Is this my other screen right here? Oh, I got too many screens going at once, don't I? This is this screen, but where's my picture at? Oh, here I am. All right, there you guys can see me there. So here's the side where I'm in at, where I can see you guys talking. This is Marcus Fleming's the film director. His question he posed earlier was so many new trailers. Which trailer gets your blood pumping more? Rebel Moon 2, Mad Max, Furiosa, Star Wars The Acolyte, or Alien Romulus? And I put, really, Marcus, thumbs up, you got me. I'm not excited for any of these because, and I'll tell you why my viewpoint is that I'm not excited about these. Um, Hollywood is playing it too generic. They're playing it too easy. They're playing it safe with all the movies they're putting out. Basically, it's just like they're not breaking any ground. Um, these are basically all kind of sequels. This so Rebel Moon, right? It was its own original thing, but it was just a knockoff of the various sci-fi movies that have already come out. If you've already seen it, right? So it's a knockoff of Star Wars. It's a knockoff of Avatar and some other stuff that's already come out, sci-fi related stuff. It kind of follows the same exact cliches and tropes down to a space alien bar and everything that all that stuff had. Mad Max, what to tell you? I mean, the first Mad Max was legit, and then the other ones had their good points, I guess. I guess a lot of people like Fury Road. This Accolade from the Star Wars Accolade story. I hope you guys can see all this okay. But this Star Wars Accolade story looked super generic. It looked super plain and boring and just like the regular stuff we've seen, and didn't look like it took any risks. That's why I really like that what I like Rogue One, Andor, and then I like the prequels, and not a lot of the new stuff out of the Star Wars universe has been all that solid. The first and second part of the Mandalorian seasons were pretty cool. I mean, Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, was a neat, interesting character to have. Kind of like the what is it, Zatachi the Blind Swordsman. Remember he was, if you ever watched those old samurai films, he was going around in care of a small child, and that's kind of like what we get with Mandalorian. It's kind of like the same basics of that trope of caring for and protecting this youngling, and you get the Star Wars The Accolade. I saw the trailer for it, and the thing just looks super generic. And what I would rather them do, and this is my idea. I know no one else. I know everyone in the comments was like, "Ooh, Star Wars Accolade will be the greatest Star Wars thing of all time," but probably not. The reality, what I thought would be a cool idea though, is like if they focused on some alien species and go just that direction, like not feature any of these humanoid characters. Instead, we got a Chewbacca movie where it's just Chewbacca doing stuff, or a bounty hunter movie where it's like Bosk or something, like one of the alien creatures. Not like just get off of these humanoid characters, or focus on a completely unknown alien species character learning the Force, and or Uh, what about a Sith apprentice? We haven't had like the villain's journey movie. We could see, a Sith character learning to be a villain, something like that. Or what about follow the path of idealistic um an idealistic alien in the empire, or even or a droid story. We could feature just focus on a droid character. Go off the beaten path and show something new. But the accolade looks boring, generic. It looks run of the mill. It looks like the exact same stuff we've been getting out of this universe for a while now. We've already got Ahsoka. We've already got this other stuff. So they're taking it. I guess they're taking it back in the past though, prior to the prequels. So this is prior to Episode One. This accolade movie is, and it's. I mean, shoot, that would be kind of interesting to see, but not the way that they're showcasing it. Doesn't focus on each singular character, and it doesn't look like it's. It just looks like it's a jumbled mess of tons of different characters in it. And then Alien. I mean, they've beaten this horse to death. The Alien series and the Predator series. How many sequels and reboots and remakes and updates are we gonna get? So on my movie list, I would want to put none of the above. I'm not excited for any of these. I'm gonna be watching each of them though, most likely, just to see how they turn out. But the reality of it is that Hollywood is just taking this boring approach to making movies, and they've just been like, it's just like these check boxes, and they really literally have paper sheets going around in Hollywood now that have a check box. Then they have the directors, if they want to get an award, have to follow the check boxes. They have to be like, okay, we have to have character A, B, C. Okay, we got them. Or we have to follow cliche one and two, and becomes like a running gag, like they did a few years ago when they had that American Dad episode, and the character was making his movie called Tearjerker, and had all the cliches and all the tropes to get Oscar Gold. And the movie was called Oscar Gold, I believe. And then it's like Tropic Thunder. It's like they go about trying to push the same movies. In Tropic Thunder, they were joking on that trend. Like when they have a character that's like a Forrest Gump character, and they just keep making it over and over again. I Am Sam, or riding on the bus with my sister, Jack, a couple other ones that were really weird, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, hope that makes a little bit of sense. Where's my other image? There I am. Let me check in on the chats real quick and see what you guys had to say. If you completely disagreed with me, or if you were like, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me see. Brandon Looney Tunes fan, welcome in. I'm unable to watch those new movies. I can only watch the old ones. Is that right, Undrafted? You're a great user. Appreciate you. I want to watch a Chewbacca movie. I heard that. Not a lot of originality in Hollywood these days, right? So that wraps it up here. I appreciate you guys for coming through. I guess if you guys share my sentiments, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know if in the videos what your favorite cards TTMs were. If you want me to make some other videos about the PSA slab swap, or if you want me to make another whatever kind of video you think would be a good recommendation, just hit me up and let me know. And I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out. God bless. Stay safe.